people deluded. Now, there's nothing new under the sun. I've spoken about Mason Greenwood before in my video. I think it was called Mason Greenwood and James Garner. I think they're two good players for Manchester United. So if you want to find that, go and look at it. But the secret's out. Not that there is a secret. I know some people like to think that they're the only ones that know certain young players, even though that's physically impossible. But Mason Greenwood, turning in performances, Juventus away for the young players, against Wolves, many games, every week the guy's playing very well. I mean, he is a special talent. We've been here before, we'll be here again after him, and potential is just potential at the end of the day. And we've seen players fall by the wayside. That's not to say it will happen to him. It's just I don't like when people big up any sort of player before. Just let them do their thing in it, because people big them up. Then when they're developing as a player, they big them up to this crazy level, and then when they even forget the age of this player and the development levels of this player, and then the first ones to just hound out the player. But Mason Greenwood, surely he makes his debut for Manchester United, before the end of the season. Like I said, the guy is amazing. The best way to describe him is a maverick. Like not because he misbehaves or is nonchalant. It's because he's a difference maker, man. I'm lost for words with this player. Like, he's a crazy player, man. Sometimes, obviously, more times he's at the hub of play for United. But sometimes what impresses me when obviously but he's 16. You know he's gonna have a good game, or even however good you are, you're gonna have games where you're not out in the game. When you know he's a special player, because he might be out the game, and I'm exaggerating here, but for 88 minutes he ain't doing nothing. He just the ball will fall to him. There'll be free man. He'll just get past them all, pass it to someone and pull it in. Like, the man's a number 9. He can play in a couple of other positions, and the spaces and movements he actually takes up on the football pitch don't suggest that he is not forgiven that he's going to be a striker or whatever for his team. Like, he's a maverick, man. He really is a good player with fantastic technical quality. Like, I know he's young. He's 16, like I said, but I think he's one of them. Probably Nelson, Sancho, Callum Hudson-Odoi to a degree, obviously not even to a degree, Foden, and again, Mason Greenwood is very young, but he's one of them I'm looking at. If I'm Southgate, obviously they're very young, but you're looking at like possibly 2022. It surely is feasible. What? That's 4 years or something away. He'll be of an age where he could go. He could go at 16, fielded, but we all know that's not the right thing to happen, and there's no World Cup around the corner. But he's one of them I'd be looking at. Probably Nathan Wood of Middlesbrough to a degree as well, and a couple others, Harvey Elliott of Spurs, of Fulham, players with special potential that you could potentially build your future around, or for the country around. He looks to be I wouldn't say necessarily the next one, because there's a couple of them coming out of United's academy, but he is one that's going to come through there. And you look at him, you look at Gomez, you look at Xiong, defensive prospects, you even look at Lard. I think Lard's decent, but again, I'm not watching United religiously. James Garner, there's a couple decent players at United. It's wishful to think they're going to have 10, 11 players come through the academy like Fergie, Patton. Well, he weren't 11, but you get the point with Becks and all of them. I want the same at Arsenal, but again, the current climate, it won't happen. Like I said, the guy is special, man. The link-up play, the way he comes alive around the penalty yard box, man. Surely he makes his debut for Man United before the end of the season. I mean, Gomez did in similar circumstances to a degree a couple of years ago. I'm not saying he should be in United's first team lineup. I'm not personally saying he's going to be this and that. I just think the man is a special footballer, and if he develops, if people just leave him to develop, God willing, he stays free of injury and all of these things and all the other tests that come along as a professional footballer, then we've got England have a special player, man. Special player. Like, he's cold-blooded for a young age. He's so cold-blooded in front of goal. He's cold-blooded and decisive in a lot of his movements. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot he can improve on. I'm not saying he's a perfect player, but he's crazy in United. It's sad because I don't like Man United, but they've got a crazy player, man, with terrific potential, and I hope he goes all the way, man. And I just hope he doesn't score against Arsenal, but he looks like a serious player, but it's down to him to develop. And as for me, I got nothing more to say on the lad now. So Mason Greenwood, keep doing your thing. Guys, DG, I'm out. Comment, subscribe, and the rest if you wish.